มันก็จะเป็นอย่างนี้ record แล้วค่ะ
Hi guys, I want to open my interview today with one of my favorite quotes. Each time a woman stands up for herself without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women. Maya Angelou. Therefore, I'm super excited today because I'm with this special guest. Coach Cristy is the founder of the Pink Lotus Foundation, whose purpose is to empowering women and children through personal development. She has more than 10,000 hours coaching experience, supporting women just like you to become the best version of themselves. Without further ado, let's bring her in. Welcome, Cristy.
Welcome. Thank you very much to having me today. Very honored to be here with you, Kun Saree.
My pleasure. How are you today?
I'm very well. Just came back from Phetchaburi yesterday and is a little bit exhausted, but life is good at the moment.
That's awesome. That's great. Okay, Cristy, before we start our interview, can you tell us a little bit how Pink Lotus Foundation help women heal their past, get back on their feet, and live life fully again?
All right. Okay. To be able to talk about Pink Lotus in that sense, I have to backtrack a little bit because of Pink Lotus Foundation just filed over a year because of as setting up the foundation is a lot of regulation and a lot of paperwork. So it took us almost 2 years to set it up. But before that, I was a coach. I have been a coach already 9 years ago. And during those period of time, I do the pro bono coaching to the women that unable to pay pretty much. And anyone that I could have a conversational to coach and do the deeper session and not so deep. What I meant is just we do the subconscious coaching and conscious coaching. So once when I do that with at one point I coach 6 people a day, which is 12 hours a day, and I'm exhausted working 18 days a week. Sorry, 18 days, not a week, 18 days, and then collapse and then wake up and then do it again because of that's what I love. But I found that is not very useful and very impact. So I start to form the Empowering Women Workshop before it become Pink Lotus Foundation. I start by my own budget, hiring Goethe Institution for 5 years ago, and then fill in about 100 women for that part. Is about 6-hour workshop, 6-hour workshop day, and that is for free, and we test it with a little bit of emotional intelligence and all the content with that, and then I'm spin it around and around, and then once when we able to do it more, I become expand from 6 hours workshop to be 2 days workshop, funded by my business side, which is Coachology, together with my partner. So in that time we funding our own event, and we doing understanding the emotional of ourselves, because pretty much women have been taught to act strong and to be strong and to hide the emotional behind, hide the feeling. Emotional and feeling is different, and the stronger that you want the world to perceive that you are a strong woman, the eagerly that you want to hide that you have emotion. That's from what I experienced to other women that is very empowered, which is actually feeling and emotion is a God-given to our soul and our body, is the messenger to communicate to our body. To hiding it, to suppressing it, that's how the unwell the body become. And unprocessing emotion become. So that's why I start to lead the mini session of meditation, mental rehearsal, or hypnosis session in the empowering woman. And I did that already over 15 times of empowering women. If it's count as a number of women, I think it's over 1,000 people that come into my workshop. And once when it become an empowering woman workshop under Pink Lotus Foundation, we are so lucky and so blessing that Global Foundation of Banyan Tree Foundation, they give a sponsorship for this coming workshop for free. And we work with other foundations that support women and children and all case workers. But this trip is going to work only for women to have a cleansing of emotional and feeling, understanding the process and accept it and letting go, rather than pushing it that as a woman, we cannot feel pain, or we cannot feel hurt, or we cannot angry. It just feel it and then understand it, that where is the root. So that is how the workshop majority of the time talking about that. That is only one section, Saree.
Wow, that's beautiful. I want to talk about the workshop later on at the end. But for now, I'm just going to dive in on the first question.
Sure.
What is woman empowerment mean to you?
Woman empowerment means to me by we as a woman able to utilize the inner resource that we believe that we can do without hesitate or shaking the ground by other noises, such as family, society, friends, who believe that they want the best for us, but they don't know what is it and tell us to do that, what we can and what we cannot. And then we forgot that we can hear ourselves and we can be whomever that we can be without have to neglecting with other people believe in us or not. Only we believe in ourselves. That is woman empowering to me.
I like that. You know, I think like the word woman empowerment for some people can be described as aggressive. You know, they think of us women like we can conquer the world, we don't need men, we can do it better than men. But personally, I think being a strong woman, we can be humble, vulnerable at the same time. What is your thought on that, right? I think that's what you mentioned before.
Yep, exactly. In fact, many people have that contents and context of you set up the woman empowerment. Do you really against man or anything that such? And I say that no, not at all. We love man. We love men in our life. We really do, yeah. And we understand the difference between the gender-wise, the energy of female and male energy, which is that exists in men and women, either gender. We appreciate the strength and the strong of men that can help and supporting us through. And we understand the vulnerable and the softer and the loving and caring of men, that is just uplifting our soul to be better. My empowering woman and in my context, I want to promote the message that we as a woman have to channel the loving, caring to the right man, to the right group of men who appreciate us, who appreciate our love, and then throw the love to them. And guess what? As much as we throw the love to them, they're going to love us even more and more. I would say to you, Saree, that it never, ever going to happen in this worldwide world of empowering women if I didn't have the supporting group of men that love and believe and appreciate me, which is my partner and also happen to be my husband and my friend who is a long-time friend, and a global foundation of Banyan Tree who is the men in the pack of that believe in me. So what I want to promote is just do not waste your time focus in the wrong group of men. and then trying to win those type, just focus on the one that love and appreciate you. And that is going to be even more fruitful, because at the end of the day, we love man.
We do, yes.
Yeah, we do.
But what makes you want to empower women? What's the inspiration behind it? Because you seem to have, you know, like all these inspiration to empower women.
Wow, that is have to be long way back. It's almost, I think, around 20 years ago. I have I born in a good family. I have raised in a good family, and in terms of our culture, our way of living, there is a certain limiting belief planted to our family. And as much as they love us, they want to tell us to know their limit and to know the woman limit. But I don't believe in limiting. And that is crashing in the family. And also, I did not understand my own feeling. And I lived the life of a young woman and teenager very, very up and down and hurt and painful. And many times I could die in many places around the world. I traveling and living abroad since I was kid. Not kid, like kid in the mind. You know what I mean? Not kid in the age. But I was God, I don't know how to put it into a word. I was fortunate to be uplifting by a woman around the area that I know, I barely know them. And they helped me from, I committed suicide unsuccessfully, but because they helped me, and I get out of many dangerous situations through many tons of women that is helping hand. And those women who help me, some of them or many of them in the situation of prostitute herself, but she uplifting me to not think anything or not be crazy or killing anyone because of at the time, I think that is a broken heart, but it wasn't, it's just a misunderstanding. So that is so inspire me that many times that I should have died, but I'm not. So I say, universe allow me to live for this long, and many times I'm survive. So with this, it must be message. And because I get the generosity from many women, including my own mother, who have tremendously believed in me that much. So that's how it's become my inspiration. I don't know that I think I'm answering your question.
Yes, no, I love it because, you know, like I can relate to your story in a way because, you know, like growing up in a Thai culture, I've been taught that being a woman, you know, you should think small, don't speak up for yourself or cause any disagreement. And then I got to live in Australia for about 7 years. And, you know, like Western culture was quite different from like Asian culture. I've learned that it's okay to stand up for yourself and, you know, think big and follow your dreams. But nowadays, I'm happy to see more women with confidence and, you know, like ability to achieve anything in her life. What is your thought on that, especially, let's say, for like the Thai women? Okay. Do you think you can see like the big shifts now that, you know, Thai women tend to have like more confidence now to just, you know, follow her dreams and be whoever she wants to be?
I believe that there are a movement of Thai women to be able to help each other in a way to believe in herself and to do more. And I say self-education. I don't say education in the system, self-education, that we access to the internet and other inspirational women out there. So it's have the resources available for other women to get into and then to go into and believe more in that. So that is partially a small group still. It's a good movement though, but it's still small. And many messages to me, I still didn't think that is a good message, but anyway, it is a good starting point. Empowerment woman, it shouldn't come as aggressive or I want to conquer the world, I want to stuff like that, but it's just about, you just have to learn your own right, that you have the right to think and to feel who you are. And that is the God-given birthright for everyone to feel that, not just a woman. To be believed in the, excuse my language, is BS of other people who keep us small. That is like, should be no zone. But in terms of, I want more messages to be positive rather than focus in the pain, focus in the good one, yeah, which is, it's better, but because it's a deep root culture, deep root telling the generation to generation, is a very hidden message. For example, some believe still thinking that why you study so hard, or why you have to continue master or PhD. You get a good husband, you let him feed you, or find a good husband and things like that. It's not about feeding. It is about inspiring and be someone that you can be, right? And that is like, and those messages is come from the parents and the caretaker who is blindly believed because of these messages is transferred from generation to generation. At the beginning of showing the empowerment woman, it's nice though, but there are lots and lots of hidden message in that we need to talk and then work through. Not just like, hey, look at me, I'm beautiful and powerful. It's not just that. Because if you are real with the empower you, so you wouldn't go out there and saying that I'm this, I'm that, because you know it's in you. Right?
Do you think how and what we think of ourselves or what happened to us can create our own reality? Does that make sense?
Okay, there are two messages that you sent to me now. What we think about ourselves is totally create our reality. What happened to us outside, if we are aware, and not bind to those stories that is not deserve ourselves, not deserve our standard, and then let that go and then create the new story by our own thinking and feeling. That is how we determine our own life, our own self. That's what I believe.
Let's say if there's a woman who's listening to this interview right now, she wants to follow her dreams, but still kind of a little bit scared of failure, or still have some fear holding her back. What would be the first step for her to start taking action towards her dream, reaching her goals?
I would ask her to picture herself in that particular scenario that she wants to be, or her dream. Picture herself as it's already complete. What does she see? What does she see in herself? What does she think of herself? What does she think that herself in that picture have to believe in order to be in that picture? That's what I want to inspire them by, that complete successful picture. Because other story, other story, it is all bullshit. Because it's other noise, the noise of other people, the noise that we inventing it. But the real deal is the complete picture in front of her.
Yeah, because you know, as a health and wellness coach, when I have a client and they come to me, you know, like, Saree, I want to lose weight, I want to look good, but you know, like every day she wakes up, step on her scale, and she's just, you know, like frustrated that I'm not there yet, I'm still fat and this and that. And just tell her, you know, like, how can you wake up every day feeling fat and bad about your body? How are you going to reach that goal? You know, so I just tell her to kind of what you just said, that, you know, imagine the picture of, you know, like the body that you want or how healthy you are. Because if you can't really feel it or like picture yourself, how are you going to get there? But I know that it's not easy for most people, right? Because they're so addicted to, you know, like these negative thoughts and just, you know, wake up to the same problems every day. So no, I like that. Yeah. Okay, Cristy, I can talk to you for hours, but before we wrap up, can you tell us a little bit about this workshop that is going to happen? Is it in August?
In August, yeah,
right?
in August.
So, yeah, so can you tell us about this workshop and how it can change your life?
Okay, I have to refer to the, excuse me, I just want to make sure that I put the right word, right date. Yeah, so it is. I have to go back to the result of my 14 times of empowering women. Pretty much women that come into my workshop, she oftenly have a inner conflict with herself, thinking something, wanting something, but thinking another thing. Want to be healthy, but thinking I'm fat, right? So it's like inner conflict with thinking to want the love of her life, but thinking that men are asshole. So you see that it's a conflicting, or suffering from the trauma in whatever shape or form, even a victim of rape case, or unable to have kids, or having a traumatized about sexual while they were young. So in the workshop, we work through the emotional releasing through a couple of sessions. But all of this, I would have to say that participants need to be ready to facing their own thinking and let go. Because if the participant ready to let go, I guarantee everyone get the result. Or some of the kids that coming through has been raised or been tolling in the wrong message about what they are stupid, they're crazy and things like that. And then when they come, they just learn that it's just other people noise. So the result is there are a lot of cases that they married and didn't have kids because of they have a sexual stigma when they were young. And then we do the emotional releasing, and then after that 6 months she got pregnant. And then some people that's on the verge of bad relationship, they're able to think through and then find a way out. Or some couple that are having a very bad argument and unable to find alignment through this workshop. Well, they already find the alignment and the love again, cut the thing that is no longer used, and then understand about what is inside our body. It's about the Dr. Emoto, who teaching the water about the language is impact to the water, and human body is about 80 to 90% is water. So it's effectively and affect directly to our body, our cell, through the word that we say, the intention that we think. So we're working on through that a lot. And yeah, that's what we're doing. And we're teaching about how the process of thinking affecting feeling, and how the process of feeling affecting thinking, and then through this how it defines our action through the day. And I say this a lot, that as to be an empowered woman, you need to surround it with ones. Right? You need to surround yourself with the tribe of the people like yourself that create community, Kun Saree, that people who uplifting each other, and how to understand the insecurity that that we all have it in different area of our life, and then we just put heading or in Thai we call mansai, I don't know, like didn't like each other just because of insecurity. That is not so true and is not so real, but because of we felt insecure about other people's achievement, that we didn't mean that we don't agree or appreciate other, just it's piercing to our heart that why we cannot be like that. It's just to make the people understand a little bit of what is the fundamental, that you're not a bad person to feel that way. It's just a feeling that you need to understand it. And in so many ways, understand about hate, fear, anger, and the most important for me in the workshop is self-worth and self-love. That's what I focused in the most in this workshop. Because when we empower one woman, that one woman will create a ripple effect to many, many women like yourself doing it right now.
Wow. And this workshop is only for women only?
Women only.
All kind of age, any age you can, yeah. All right.
But this
guys,
sorry, one thing. This time is because of it's a funding from the Global Banyan Tree Foundation. We give the right to other case worker of other foundation first and foremost for free, and we also provide accommodation. So if you know anyone that work for other women and other children and is a case worker, so just let me know, and then we will fill you in the event will happen in Angsana, Phuket, in the Laguna one. Yeah.
Wow. All right, guys. If you're interested about this workshop, if you want to join, I'm going to leave you the link. If you can go to Phuket, then you can go. But if you can't go, I think you still can join online, right? You can still register, and we have these online as well. All right, Cristy, I want to acknowledge you for being here with me today. I really appreciate what you do for women out there, and we need more women like you to support one another. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kun Saree, and thank you for the time and for the intention for doing this to spread the love of all the tribe of women together. Very honored from me to be here with you and your tribe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kat. All right, guys. Thank you so much for today. Also, let's see who's going to be my guest next time. And until then, take care.
Okay.